is during the formulation phase, but we are looking at when we have the management plan already, it becomes an advisory, technical advisory of a management council, where the management council will be comprised of the local chief executives. That's how we envision the management plan. Update, and those working groups is, as a working group, they work regularly, meet regularly, and one important point here is we actually need a national technical officer who is working full-time, and because we had to implement that, see the implementation of the project in project site. The next strategy is capacitate those LGUs and stakeholders. A year from now, because it looks like a good thing that they should be know about, for them to be more flexible and more understanding on what we want to do. We have different strategy as well on how we should approach the different key stakeholders. We may need not to have a one-time forum for everybody, but separate. Probably it's more, sometimes more effective rather than have a big gathering, one-time gathering. And of course, the information education campaign will be a continuing activity of that strategy. We are also proposing a phytoplankton fish larvae. This is actually a request from the LGU now, because some LGUs already have put in place closed areas, closed season now, and they like this information as input to their management. See? Even at this stage, or some LGUs are doing this, but on EPITs and these activities. The third one is the socio-economic study on the bycatch and troll fishers in pilot site. As I was discussing with Robert Lee a while ago, he was asking whether we were not able to have this on the phase one. I was telling him we are on this, but only in Calbayog and for the relatively larger boats only. Not the majority are the smaller boats, and we were not able to cover that.
Then how is the budget that you're going to make this plan?
Okay, good afternoon everybody. For Thailand, as usual, we have three goals, and each goal we have two strategies for each goal. We try to put for the fisheries ecosystem. That is, ecosystem will be in the format of this project. The two strategies for this project. The first one is increase awareness of stakeholder on sustainable fisheries management master plan. We use the word master plan because we want to harmonizing this word to our national marine fishery management plan. This strategy, we have 7 existing partnerships. The existing partnership is we have some amount of a partnership with institutional stakeholder and also sea turtle and marine mammal where appropriate. We use this word sea turtle, marine mammal, just like endangered species, put in the work of the other department, marine resource, marine coastal resource conservation, something like that, the department in the other ministry, and so on, to provide scientific information for we are now conducting the survey and collecting the data of in the area of the project site that in this area. And after this, we can prescribe the conservation and protection measures of certain marine species in the certain season to prohibit the use of certain fishing gear and fishing method and the conservation and protection measure by increased cod and mesh size of trout fisheries. And
with the last one on the socio-economic conditions, if there is already an existing baseline, because then to measure later on the impact of the activities that were conducted. So,
Alice, okay, Dr. Mala, please.
I put in her hard copy, but she didn't. Okay.
With the last one on the socio-economic conditions, if there is already an existing baseline, because then to measure later on the impact of the activities that were conducted. So,
Alice, okay, Dr. Mala, please.
I put in her hard copy, but she didn't. Okay.
What are the baseline data that you already have that you said all over the country? What are the sources?
Of the baseline of the fishery resource and management in the pilot project already
I see.
finished and legal review in the pilot project.
Right.
And we not yet have the social economic
Okay.
baseline because in the pilot
Yes.
slide no data.
Now here is my suggestion. By the Community Development Department every year, and those data collected by village headmen. So the database already available with some of the socio-economic data. Many cases we do not need to recollect again, Ajahn. We just use the data which is already available in the Community Development Office. They already have the database for 40 years and they have 42 indicators of all the basic needs. So the thing is that perhaps the agency will send a letter to the COD and DOC to request the baseline without waiting from the cabinet to send the budget from the central government. The governor himself chair the meeting. So
I know what they try to do, but it is not very clear to me.
there are two benefits of having timelines. The first one, everybody know. The first one is indicate what first, what later. The second benefit is that the timeline tentatively determined the amount of time that you have to also for you at this stage to preliminarily assess the potential risk. Easy to do, all right? Now, you already have the timeline sheet. In that sheet, we will not worry about the activities or actions because it is too many. It will be your job in your country to prepare the operational plans according to those actions. What we will put in this one is only the strategies. I will show you example. And I take example of Indonesia. Not they are making it, but I'm doing it. Okay? So, Indonesia have altogether 8 strategies. For example, I have to tell you frankly what I did. I cut and paste. Because if you cannot be perfect, be consistent. So, it has to be consistent with your strategy sheet. So I just cut and paste. So life is so easy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with be consistent. So we have to cut and paste, make sure that the statements are same. So I cut and paste your strategies from Indonesia and put 1, 2, 3, 8. Then, now, in the brain of our some strategy, you may like to count the number of months. So you can put like this, you know, we know that you are counting in months, so we know number of months. Some small strategy, for example, like appropriate number of license that you, but is allow you to estimate what is the cost that you are going to estimate to submit for the LOA. Remember, and this is $200,000 per LOA and for 1 year and cannot increase. This is if the 8 strategies, you know, whatever, so that can be separate like a personal cost. And most of your cost also sometimes is going to the transportation cost. The gears, the boat, the questionnaires, stationaries and everything. Logistic cost. When you are traveling or somebody traveling for on your behalf, there is food to eat, there is place to stay, so we have to take care of that. Stakeholder participation costs. This is important. This is important. There is a cost in participation, so we have to make sure that in our strategy, when there is a stakeholder consultation participation, it should be attractive for them to come and participate because they are going to sacrifice something. So they may not go to fish. They come for your meeting. In the first stage, maybe in future when we build their capacity and they have a good awareness, we don't need to compensate because they are with us. But in the pilot stage, we need to also consider the stakeholder participation cost. Roughly, okay? Reimbursable. So we have to select the item. So meeting, seminar, workshop. This can also means conflict resolution activities or conflict mediation activities. So if you can't find any item to build, you may need to put meeting, seminar, and workshop, but keep in mind that in conflict resolution activities, collection, field-based research. This may be another logic items that you might like to think, although you combine everything in one, but this is how to break down, okay? And the last that I can think of is and importantly, you have to monitor and evaluate what you have done.
Also have a general estimation, and for the period we put we try to add some budget in the bracket for activities during the year of 2015.
No, it's okay. I don't have to. It's only a review also and then work with the country team to more details. But it's a good start. At least we know it's the key area we need to work on. Then we can have some little bit more background about this and that.
When it comes down to actual execution of the strategies, because for our side, funding doesn't directly come to us.
At least we know it's the key area we need to work on. Then we can have some little bit more background about this and that.
When it comes down to actual execution of the strategies, because for our side, funding doesn't directly come to us. It goes to UNDP, and then they have their own system where we put forward our activities and then budget allocation to the service providers. So this is sort of money that would be used in those activities. So generally we're using the whole lot, but we can use some of it, and as time goes on, we will continue to go down. But some of the activities, as I have put co-funding, that's what we have promised to use for this activities for this project.
No, just not to go the other way. No.
No, I mean just to have because if we are going to just as you said, maybe perhaps we
No,
can.
LOA will not include your contribution in the LOA.
Yeah, it's okay. If that's okay.
Because the reporting system for Jeff also includes the co-financing.
Yeah, I understand. But
Yeah, but not in the LOA. We
Yeah,
don't
okay.
need the co-financing. What Rick meant, it would be useful for the countries to also calculate.
Yeah.
Even in kind, you can have a value for that. Huh?
For the reporting purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, but I had the impression that this will be used as basis for the LOA.
The costing will be used, but not the
Co-funding.
co-financing.
Okay.
But we need to know at some point how much is that, because FAO needs to report to Jeff regarding the co-financing.
Actually, we do not have the system now to get it from us now.
Comes off on a regular basis. We assume it hasn't changed.
If I understand correctly, each country team in their plan, according to these budget lines here, will mark to which component it contribute to. All right, and because they believe that this is what they have to do and implement the activities, and then before they get the LOA, there will be a budget control to make sure that they do not overspend on a particular component. And if we cite that there is an overexpenditure on a component, we will try to adjust and move things around a little bit so that you are able to complete.
The first one is my strategy, and okay. So the first one is the capacity with the stakeholders, with all the okay. This one with the for every activity there is a period for that by activity. So the first strategy is 2.9. Next is capacitated use in stakeholders 395,000. Next is the building on science and local knowledge is 3.3. This is the component to I think. Formulation of management plan measures and it's 1.6 somehow. And implement since this plan is from June this year up to May 2015, so it's a 12-month period. So actually the implementation will only cover 2 months, because we intend to by April next year only we can start to implement the plan. So
The budget is about $86,000 for that one, because in this goal is a lot of work to do and a lot of work to connect to the stakeholder, many kind of stakeholder, so become to many meetings that spend a lot of money over there. And for the enhanced stakeholder participation in fishery management for closed access, we have also the meeting also, because we close the area and here we have to enhance the participation of the stakeholder to access for the closed access. So we plan to here This one is the LA1, this one LO2. From January to June is about 40,000 baht. Dollars, sorry. And then this is the component 2. And this component 2, component 1 is legal. And then this is the component 1 about legal and policy. And this is the component 1. This one is ecosystem well-being. And then we have to establish sub-national organization to review fish stock in accordance with the marine fishery master plan. We plan to do from January to May in 2015. We use just only 20,000